Hi guys, it's Anissa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing another review. I have been loving doing these videos for you guys recently, so I hope you guys love watching them as much as I love doing them. Today, specifically, we are testing out the new Huda Beauty foundation stick. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give too much away. If you guys have any specific product that you would like me to test out, then please let me know down in the comments. I'm so open to suggestions, and that's the point of me doing this, is to kind of save you guys money and give you guys my consensus on things and what I think is worth the money and what I think is not worth the money. If you're interested to see my thoughts on this foundation stick, then keep on watching. But before you go anywhere, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I post on this channel every 4 days, so you never have to miss me for too long. Let's just get into it. Alright guys, it is day one, so I already did my eyebrows. I feel like today is a no eyeshadow type of day. Do you guys ever just have those days where you're like, not feeling it? Mainly, I'm going to be testing the stick foundation, but I do want to use this new primer at least once. This is the new Huda Beauty Hydrating Jelly Primer. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this all 3 days or if I'm just going to use it once, but it is winter time and my skin is looking a little cracked. I'm pretty sure that this doesn't have any like pore filling type of claims to it, so I'm actually going to pair this with another primer, at least for today. My pores are like the size of Mars right now. It retails for $33, and it is a face primer that quenches skin with a surge of moisture to create the perfect canvas for long-lasting flawless makeup. It helps to lock in moisture and keep your foundation in place. The unique jelly texture melts into the skin for quick hydration and provides a makeup ready canvas in seconds. It's definitely okay to mix and match primers, like kind of have one that's hydrating, kind of have one that is going to even out your skin, give you a nice poreless finish. And it has a pump, of course, which you guys know we love. It feels really cool. A very watery texture. It's not super thick like the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer is. I would be lying to you guys if I didn't say that that just felt amazing. It really did have like a surge of moisture and it had a really good cooling feeling. Oh, this is gonna be amazing in the mornings. For anybody that wakes up super early in the morning, you know what I'm talking about when you say that nice cooling effect. I'm just gonna use one more pump just because. And I like that it's not super heavy at all. Doesn't feel greasy, doesn't look greasy. I definitely just look hydrated. Some primers kind of get that confused. Just because something is hydrating doesn't mean you have to be super oily. You don't need to always look like you just sprayed Pam on your face. It has a little bit of a tack to it, so that is also nice. Since it doesn't really claim to have any pore filling properties, I do want to go ahead and use just a little bit of this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer in the areas that my pores are super huge and love to peek out in, which would be like right here around my nose. I used this primer alone yesterday and it is a lot easier to blend into the skin, and I'm gonna guess that's because I have that primer underneath it. I definitely am loving this combo already. Now for the star of the show, this is the Huda Beauty Fox Filter Skin Finish Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick, and I just got the color 500G, so super cute packaging, and I am going to go ahead and read some of these claims for you guys. This retails for $39. It comes with 39 shades, and I'm just going to go ahead and glance at this shade range. The last foundation that I tried out, I really like the shade range of that foundation because not only was it really inclusive, but it had a lot of shades that were similar and just had different undertones, which is something a lot of brands don't realize, is that just because you covered one shade doesn't mean that it's going to fit everybody. So many people can be in that certain shade and have so many different undertones. It claims to be a lightweight foundation that glides on easily, providing customizable coverage with a natural looking skin-like finish, and the coverage claims to be full to light, so I'm guessing that comes from the buildable part. Claims to have a natural finish and is good for all skin types. Fragrance-free, transfer-proof, waterproof, humidity and sweat resistant. Formula melts into the skin for a natural filtered finish. I have really only tried one other stick foundation in my life, and that is the Hourglass. Love that stuff. I've had the same tube for like 2 years, which don't judge me. I'm definitely curious to see if this is going to be like that at all. This claims to be transfer proof and sweat proof, and I'm actually working a 8-hour shift today, so we're definitely going to be putting this foundation to the ultimate test. I'm going to go ahead and color correct and bronze real fast, and then I will be right back. I color corrected using my LA Girl Pro Conceal, and then I just did a quick little contour underneath the foundation using the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer Stick, and this is in the color Blaze. Stick foundations work better with a brush just because the formula is a little bit more thick and dry than obviously a liquid foundation is, so I think it'd be a little bit of a battle with a beauty blender or even a beauty sponge just trying to dab that into the skin. That's a fight I do not feel like putting up today. And by the way, I got the color 500G Mocha, which is the same color that I have the regular foundation in. And I mentioned the beauty sponge and the brush because usually when I test the foundation, I will do half sponge, half beauty blender. Definitely have to buff it into the skin. A light coverage first time around. You can definitely see the orange corrector still, and you can kind of still see some of my discoloration on my face, which is why I'm saying it is light at first, but it also claims to be light coverage at first. The real test is going to be how buildable this actually is. This is a little bit harder to blend out than the Hourglass stick foundation that I have. This is what it looks like, one layer. We're gonna go in with a second layer. I really don't want to do even more than this. Had a little bit more coverage that time. Definitely not full. Medium, but on the lighter side of medium, not on the fuller side of medium. I'm honestly not even mad at the fact that this is looking medium coverage, because when you put concealer underneath the eye, girl, it'll be full coverage. No worries at all. Looking in the mirror, it definitely does not look bad at all on the skin. It kind of just really is truly a Your Skin But Better. I know I said the same thing about the NARS Soft Matte Foundation, but that was more of a Your Skin But Better plus a little bit extra coverage. I could put a third layer on my face, but I honestly am fine with the way that my skin looks. Like I said, once I put concealer on, I think it'll look definitely a lot more full coverage, especially right underneath here. Today I'm gonna put powder on, and then tomorrow I just want to test it without powder to see how actually like transfer proof, sweat proof it is. Powder can sometimes kind of help your foundation out with as to what it's doing and kind of hold back those oils. It's like a tinted moisturizer kind of vibe almost. For concealer today, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl True Undercover Concealer, and this is in the color T700 Caramel. I actually used this in my dupes video, and I was not really like the biggest fan of it, but I've actually been using it since that video, and I'm actually really starting to like it. It has a really good coverage. It's super creamy. One of you guys on that video had said that this concealer reminds you more of the Tarte Shape Tape, which I actually recently picked up in a haul, and I am going to squeeze into a full face first impressions at some point. I just have so many other video ideas that I want to do right now. I have a huge haul coming up, and you guys will probably see that 2 videos from now, so be on the lookout for that. And it's really mostly drugstore makeup, so I'm really excited about that. The concealer really kind of helped pull the whole look together and really gave you a little oomph of coverage, even though it's only in one part of your face. You don't have to put it all over your face. Also too, where some people can kind of go overboard and then it kind of looks a little bit cakey because you're like, oh, I want that full coverage look, and you feel like you have to get that all over the face, when really you can kind of trick people. It's all just an illusion. And just for under the eye powder, I'm going to be using this Laura Mercier translucent powder, and this is in the color Honey. And I also wanted to say, I know that these reviews can sometimes kind of seem repetitive because I do use the same products pretty much all of the time, but that's because when I'm reviewing a product, I want to see if it works with the stuff that I really love, and if I ever get new favorites, I will obviously show you guys those instead. I just want to kind of be even all across the board and avoid any other factors affecting the way that I think about the product besides stuff that I like already. My kind of consensus on it is, okay, well, if it doesn't work with stuff that I like, then it's not going to work with stuff in my collection. For all over face powder, I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier, and this is the medium deep color. This will pretty much fix any bad product that you put on your face. This is the finished look for day one. I feel like this is a lot more dialed down than what I usually do, and it's mainly because I don't have any eyeshadow on. Currently 1:30. I don't get off work till 10, so this will probably be closer to a 9-hour wear test than an 8-hour wear test, but I will make sure to take videos and pictures for you guys throughout. I'm interested to see how sweat proof and transfer proof this really is. I will see you guys at around 10:30. It is now day 2. I actually did not film sitting down last night, but I did make sure I did one last video right before I took my makeup off. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really do not feel good today. I have to work, so if I'm a little low energy, that's why. I'm sorry. I did my first picture at 4:50 that you guys are looking at right here on the screen, and as you can see, especially in between my eyebrows and on my forehead, on my nose, definitely starting to look a little bit shiny, but my cheeks still looked pretty good as far as shine and stuff goes. My texture was never really accentuated. I could definitely tell that it was looking more like my skin because I almost felt like the makeup was like melting off my face in a way as the day went on. Next picture is at 6:30, and as you can see, that T-zone is just super shiny. I was surprised that my cheeks didn't look worse than what they did just because I was wearing that mask, but you could tell that I did have a little bit of the makeup rub off where the mask was directly touching my skin. I kind of was shocked because when I tested out the NARS Soft Matte Foundation, I looked pretty much the same all day long, and this definitely was not the case with this. This is what my mask looked like on the inside. I'm really not sure if it was just powder or if it is actually the foundation. Today I was debating if I was going to just use just the foundation, but I really want to, just so I can see how transfer proof it is on its own. To make up for the powder, I'm gonna use a mattifying primer in hopes that that will kind of help keep the oils at bay. But I am going to use this hydrating primer again because it just felt really nice on the skin. And I'm not wearing eye makeup again today. I've been in a rut the past couple days, and I mean, I'm just trying to keep on pushing. We all have those times where life could be better and all you can do is hope and pray to get through it and make the best of it. This stuff feels so good on the face. For the mattifying primer, I'm just going to be using this e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. I'm trying to help this foundation out, but I also wanted to get on here and say, the more I realized and thought about my actual application process, I felt like I was fighting a battle trying to rub it into my skin. I'm not crazy about it right now. I do prefer liquid foundation over stick foundation, but I'm not somebody who's opposed to stick foundation. It's one of those things where I'm just at the point, if I pay a lot of money for something and it's like kind of mediocre and I have something else that I like more, I'm not gonna keep it. There's no point. In the drugstore, you can be a little bit more lenient because getting something that is okay at the drugstore for $10 is better than getting something that is okay at, you know, Sephora for $30. I'm just going to go straight in with foundation. I also wanted to mention to you guys, by the end of the night, I was so ready to take my makeup off. I know most people usually are ready to take their makeup off at the end of the night, but I have certain foundations that I could wear and I just take them off because it's late at night. I'm going to use this M439 brush, and I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit easier to blend out because it is denser, which it is helping a little bit. My face is naturally a lot lighter than what my neck is. I found that this foundation is a good match. Okay, this is definitely a lot easier to blend out. I would definitely recommend using the densest brush that you have. I'm still seeing that light coverage. And it is gliding on a little bit easier. I'm not sure if that's because I used a different primer or because I didn't use color corrector and bronzer, so other products that it would kind of have to work with. I'm really scared, guys. I never don't use powder. I'm not the biggest fan of the consistency, and I really don't like the fact that I have to really smudge at my skin. Should I do 3 layers because I'm not doing powder? I'm gonna do a third. See if the coverage is any different, but I would not recommend going over 3. And I really don't feel like it did much. If you wanted this foundation to be full coverage, you'd have to go through a lot of effort to get it super full coverage because I can still see like discoloration and stuff, and this is 3 layers. But I am going to set my under eye. I always set my under eye, but I'm not gonna set my whole face. With every layer, as I put it on, it blends in more and more with what is already there. If you're looking for a just off the bat full coverage foundation, I would not go for this. Today I am going to use my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer underneath my eyes. I got no sleep last night. I think that's also why I'm not very like peppy, because I'm just super tired. I'm feeling real different, y'all. I never blend my concealer in with a brush. I am honestly too lazy to get up and wet a sponge. My face just feels so heavy. Solely underneath the eyes, I'm going to use this Juno & Co. Brightening Loose Powder. I've always have done my nose because it connects everything through here. I don't ever just do under my eyes. I look better than what I did when I started. This is what the skin is looking like up close. I'm just so scared to see if this is gonna be a disaster. It is currently 1:08. I am going to go to work, and then hopefully I'll have enough energy to sit down tonight, but if not, I will definitely make sure to take lots of pictures and videos. So I will see you guys tonight. All right, guys, it is currently 10:30 at night, so it's been about 9 hours, and this is what I look like. I first want to start off with by showing you guys this mask. Keep in mind that this is supposed to be transfer proof, sweat proof, and I didn't wear powder today. So this is all foundation. I have little to no makeup left on my face over here. Over here, my forehead is so shiny. I want you guys to see that. The only thing that actually stayed somewhat semi-matte is this part of my face. This is the only part of my face that I powdered. I don't want to be negative because I hate not liking stuff, but I'm just like right now really disappointed. When I think of reviewing stuff, my thought is, okay, would I recommend you guys to buy it? Is it worth the price? And is this something that I'm going to continue to use after I am filming? As far as the foundation goes, I'm not there yet. This is not something I would reach for. I'll show you guys pictures and stuff. I wouldn't even say this is sweat proof. I would not say that this is transfer proof. And if you guys look at my video yesterday, this has more makeup on it than the video did yesterday. So the powder that I used is actually more transfer proof than the foundation is. And I'm not even sure if the Laura Mercier claims to be transfer proof. I'm ready to take my makeup off. I'm tired. Right now, I would rate this like a 4 out of 10. And I also wanted to mention, I did less physical work today than I did yesterday. So it's not even about the fact that I was like moving more or anything like that. I was moving a lot less. I know I've been doing like light glam the past 2 days. On Tuesday, I'm actually going to go full out. We're gonna do everything, kind of give this one last hurrah, and then I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts, and I guess I will see you then. Hi, it is currently 6:43 at night, and this is what I look like. I think first, before I talk about my pictures from earlier today, I'm gonna take a mirror and look up close at my face to see what's really going on, you know, up close and personal. I don't have my mask. I had a good amount of makeup on it. Something that I noticed that I've never ever seen with any makeup that I have worn, it has like clumped up on my nose right here. I have absolutely no makeup left on my nose, and I have little to no makeup left on this part of my face. I mean, you can completely see right here where it completely rubbed off. And I know that it is the foundation because I used that translucent powder. So obviously there was color on the mask, so I knew that it was the makeup. I just look really oily, and I literally have not done anything today. I mean, I went to 2 basketball games and I shopped, but I have not broken a sweat at all today. And I've actually been pretty cold all day. I don't like what's going on. I look very tired. Would I repurchase? No. I would not repurchase, and I honestly cannot see myself even grabbing for this aside for this review. It's not something I think I'm going to continue to use. Although this primer, she is a winner. She is amazing. I think this is great for oily skin and dry skin. It's not oily. It's not gonna leave a film left on your face. You're not gonna feel super clogged and worn down. It just feels really nice and cooling. It's a really good texture. Not too thick, not too thin. You need this in your life, I'm telling you. So that is something I will continue to use. If you are somebody that is looking for something that is medium to full coverage, I absolutely would not recommend this, just because there are so many other foundations that you can use to get that medium coverage. You just have to work so hard to get anything other than a light coverage. If you are looking for a good high-end stick foundation, I would recommend the Hourglass Veil Stick Foundation over this one. It works so much better on the skin. It has a lot more coverage to it. You don't have to work so hard to build up that coverage. With and without the help of other products, the stick foundation really still just kind of was a flop for me. I'm gonna get a close-up video, that way I can show you guys what is happening like on the tip of my nose. So do you see right there? That's not texture, which, you know, obviously you can see all the texture on my face. The makeup like physically clumped up by itself, and I've never seen that. And I've worn so much makeup, you know, especially this past year, and I almost thought it was the mask, but it's not. It did perform better with that NYX pore filler, but if you're somebody that does not like using silicone-based primers, do not even try this, don't buy it. You're just gonna have too much of a battle trying to work it into your skin. You guys saw that when I was applying it the first 2 days. I just don't think it's worth the price, but I just felt like my skin did not get a lot out of this. I honestly kind of dreaded filming days 2 and 2003, especially right down here. It looks like I have absolutely no makeup. You can still see all the marks, discoloration, pimples on my face. You can see everything. It's clumped up here around my nose. I'm super shiny in here and on my forehead. And I actually went out of my way to put on more powder, specifically on this area right here, because it does tend to get a little bit more oily. Not the worst thing I've tried, but also not the best. Will I continue to use this? No. It's definitely probably going to go in a products that I'm getting rid of video. I hope this video was helpful to at least somebody. This is my personal thoughts on it and kind of my recommendations based on what my skin type is. If you guys have a specific product that you would like for me to review, please let me know down in the comments. I love doing these videos for you guys. I like to save you guys money and also recommend you guys some pretty awesome products, and then also kind of forewarn you about some other ones. I do have a whole reviews playlist that I will link up here for you guys. That way you can check that out if this is something that you are into. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this is the last video of the year, so happy new year. I will see you guys in a couple of days, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.